I will be straight with you guys. Just from the first few minutes alone, it impresses me how accurate it is to the lore of League. Before we didn't know why Braum would be in bilgewater, but from the game alone this question was answered. If you're wondering why Ahri and Yasuo are going to bilgewater, well, just look at this for a second.
It's easier looking back, isn't it? The trick is seeing what lies ahead.
From what I hear, most likely thieves, beasts, and drink.
It is a lawless place, where you can decide your own fate. Besides, we're both looking for something, aren't we?
And you think we'll find it in Bilgewater?
I think we'll find many things.
From the Spirit Blossom cinematic in 2020, we knew Ahri and Yasuo would go and travel to Bilgewater, looking for something. I only played 3 hours of this game, so I will probably still see what that is. I'm like Necrid if it comes to lore, a huge fan. But I will not dedicate myself to that in this channel, because it would feel like I'm robbing someone of their place. Hey Necrid, if you see this, huge fan, we should probably collab sometimes, you know. That was weird. First, if you boot up the game, it will show you a cutscene about Viego and how he became the ruined king. If you look at the details, then you might notice that he smiles at Isolde, his girlfriend, as she's being revived. She became a wraith, a ghost of some sort. For the looks of it, she was furious and stabbed Viego in his chest. And the nice detail is that Viego still smiled while Isolde did that. Reason? Because Viego is obsessed with her. The reason of the cutscene just shows you a bunch of different champions that are probably less important than Viego. Like Thresh taking Viego's sword, illaoi looking at the mist, braum washing ashore in bilgewater, Ahri and Yasuo traveling to Bilgewater with a boat, Pyke being an absolute badass, and Misfortune being Engi. Yes, I just said Engi. Before I started my game, I went and changed the language so I can hear their sexy voices. And because I'm no pussy, I play the game in veteran difficulty. And as soon as you start the game, another cutscene is playing. Amazing, I don't mind. Basically, this video is told from Misfortune's perspective, and there are monsters, not the sea creatures, but men, which she fears she could become one of them. That's basically the whole point of this cutscene. You start at a place called Fortune Estate. As you might have guessed, you play Misfortune. And of course, you can't escape politics. And afterwards I was weirdly delighted if I saw that you move around in the same way as in League of Legends. No way. In the overworld, you can use space to use an ability to initiate combat. And you can also use items to heal yourself outside of combat. You can also open a map so you don't get lost. Because you might get lost in this huge little map. I'm gonna shut it now. You even can collect stuff from vases, crates, chests and whatnot else. Oh look, it's Baron. Of course it is time for another cutscene. Let's skip it. After meeting Thorn and talking a little bit about something, he tries to overthrow us, but we say no. And here we are at our first fight. Let me explain you real quick how combat works in this game. You have health and mana and an overcharge bar which acts as a temporary mana. The enemy only has a HP but may have buffs that make them slightly or just straight up stronger. You have instant abilities and lane abilities. Instant abilities are, as you guessed it, instant and can also give you overcharge. Lane abilities are stronger but cost mana and also take time to activate, meaning it could happen that enemies attack you before you could use this ability. Lane abilities also can be cast fast, balanced or powerful. The longer the cast takes, the more powerful it gets. Now that you have a rough understanding of combat, let's just skip to the Captain Thorn fight. Good mechanic. That's a good mechanic. Captain Thorn, huh? Fancy footwork. Fancy footwork. Warrior. Okay. Let's see. Let's laugh tap this guy. Oh, now I get it. Oh. This is actually more simple than I expected. Jesus Christ. Heartbreaker! Let's go. Kill this motherfucker. No, I will not use a potion. I will not. I will laugh at this guy. Boom! Victory! Now that we won against this idiot, his crew is now on our side. Holy sh! Later that night, of course, because the game is about the Ruined King, the ruination has come to kill us. What the fuck is going on? Oh no! For the rest of the video I will probably only mention those fights, okay? Okay. After fighting some wraiths, finding some corpses and fighting more wraiths, we find Raph laying on the ground begging us to run. And because we are no pussies, we fight those damn wraiths. After beating the heck out of those wannabe ghosts, we switch over to illaoi. Goddess Nakagebura shows illaoi the new enemy, the Bloodharbor Ripper, which she is determined to find and kill. She goes to the slaughter dogs into a tavern to find more information about the killer. She asks a little man about the Bloodharbor Ripper, and the little man, not believing anything she says, only answers with mockery.
Sure, lady. And I'm the River King, Tom Kench. Buzz off.
After a little showdown, he tells illaoi that he is probably stalking the alleys around the Warrens. After getting the information and her friends phasing into us, we go to the Warrens to find this killer. Now that we arrive at the Warrens, it is only a matter of time before we find the Bloodharbor Ripper. Oh wait, is that Pyke? Of course it is him! Who did you think you would find? Think, Mark! Think! Now that we got him off of our list, it is time for his judgment from the Mother Serpent, which, if you have any idea about the lore, is Nakagebura's. Weirdly enough, Pyke is declared worthy, and therefore was spared. Even surprising illaoi, making her question if others like him could have been worthy as well. Afterwards, the goddess Nakagebura shows illaoi a vision about the Shadow Isles and the Great Test. Now back at the Buhur Grotto, talking to an elder woman about what happened back in the Warrens, we get interrupted by somebody to hurry over for something interesting. It is Braum, carrying a giant sea monster with his bare hands! Or rather poor, but still as impressive! Of course, because we need to know why Braum is here, we will have a little cutscene with him explaining everything. Long story short, His village is being plagued by a great sickness, which is claiming lives of many children. After he fought the Black Mist, he got kicked into the waters and lost his shield in the process. Also, this is probably the scariest phase you will ever see of Braum. Not even kidding. After a little chit chat between Illaoi and Braum, we get alerted again about the Black Mist. And because I like you guys, I will show you the funniest thing ever.
She says the Black Mist has returned.
What?
Oh, you didn't know?
It has returned.
Thank you, Bram.
We'll be expecting them.
Well, that was as far as I played. The rest of what I did was either fighting some enemies or looting everything I was able to get my hands on. I even died once against the big baddie. No, I didn't say daddy. I said baddie. Get it? Okay. That wouldn't even have been that bad if it wasn't for the 40-minute progress loss. The next time I fought against him, I had to use 10 potions, and even then I nearly died. And this nearly killed me when I tried going to the save point. My first impressions of the 3 hours of playing Ruined King is that the story is amazing, 10 out of 10, I see no flaw. Gameplay, well, I skipped most of the tutorial, which wasn't that smart to be honest. But the gameplay thus far was enjoyable beyond belief. It feels good, it gives you enough options to make it feel nice and smooth, and I have nothing more to say to gameplay, 9 out of 10 I would say. And the music and voice acting is just mwah, 11 out of 10. Fuck you, fight me. And now, get the fuck out of my lawn.
Think it's time to say goodbye.